Liking the new layout as well.
Yes.
Very cool.
Oh yeah.
I've
It
uniformly.
works with 5, but not with 3.
Really good.
Hey,
Oh.
Hey.
There's the puns.
there are the puns.
Well, to be honest, our entire name is now just a pun, isn't it?
That is true.
Yes.
So-
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh every time I look at it. It's so stupid. But I like how the video that you've just seen really sets the tone for the whole thing, because
It does.
it's just completely stupid.
Yeah.
I
I mean, you've basically covered us in a nutshell. It's just really stupid.
That's the tagline.
yes, as
I was
diversion.
editing it going, this is so stupid.
But may I just say,
dear.
it got finished.
Yeah,
It
finished.
certainly did. It certainly did. I didn't have a deadline either. I did, but
Today was your deadline, darling.
I will say, Baker Me's just made a really good point. That grail looks amazing. I take that was you, Josh.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No bit of gold dusting.
Talented little cheeky little minx.
I like that. I like that. Still with the post-sanity people just sort of like round the bottom there.
Oh my
It's
god,
brilliant.
wait!
Yeah, I know, right?
never need no sword. That fuck me.
There's three post-sanity men that are
That's
the
great, isn't it?
base of the Grail.
So when I was talking about the totem pole, bitch, you'd already done. That's
And
why we are business partners.
And the cup itself, I mean, I'm not sure how much comes through because it's so small, but it is a D20, isn't it?
It's the bottom half of a D20, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Bottom half.
very cool.
Yeah.
Do we have a translator present for Kyle, please?
It's one of where one of these.
Nice.
Oh, focus.
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 It's a YouTuber thing, Josh.
It's basically a 20-sided
That
dice
thing.
tile.
Oh, one of the ones that I do have, but can't remember where I. Oh wait, no, I found them.
No,
I found them.
you have them on your table, and I know that because the last time you told me you didn't have them, you had them on your table.
Yeah, but they were in the bowl.
I have a giant D20. There you go.
Wait, let me
Hang
check
on.
them.
The giant one, okay.
Is that the one that lights up?
No, it's not. No,
They are not in the bowl.
it's a different one. See, the thing is, my mum has got really into the D&D stuff. So all I get for
It looks like a Ferry Rocher,
This is,
basically, a bit pointy.
Oh, tasty.
I don't know. I've just plugged my chair up there.
Speaking of tasty, Easter's here.
Oh,
no, it's
I
not.
can eat as well. Great. I've got a
Always.
Kit Kat here ready.
I've got a beer ready.
excuse.
Does that count?
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
me.
I'm having tea immediately followed by beer. I know it's not a good combination, but it's
Oh.
happening.
Oh, that's a trip to the
Very
toilet.
English.
That's a proper brew, that, in both
Oh my
senses.
goodness. My goodness.
Well, do you want to talk about this nonsense we did or not really?
Sure. Let's.
Yeah.
Well, do we? I tell you what. We'll save that bit to the end.
Okay.
Let's recap, and then we'll find out what we could have had.
Here's what you're good at one. Well, in that case then,
Like a boat behind a curtain. Here's what you could have won.
let's begin with the start, which is how things seem to work nowadays. Or if you want to be narratively different, we could begin at the end and then bring it back to the start and then keep narratively going back.
Divergent.
There you
Oh,
go.
the middle.
Oh,
Right in the middle. Yeah.
well, my favorite bit in Family Guy where they're talking about Star Wars, and Peter says, "Well, I'll tell you about what happens. Let's begin with part 4."
Man, bang.
Anywho,
Roll a dice for talking points.
yeah. It is.
That's fun.
There is
You do
20
have
points
20
on here.
Points
Is
as
there
well.
actually? Oh,
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh god. No, I mean that could be terrible.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I've got a 20-sided dice.
oh,
I'm rolling.
Only if Julian rolls it.
oh my goodness.
Okay.
Allow me to set the scene at least and say what
All right.
happened.
Go on then.
Which is that Sir Julian Bovington Smythe, after the end of the
Which one?
season, I know, right? The original,
best one.
at the end
The
of the
original.
season, manages
Hey.
to get himself pulled into a portal of some sort, and finds himself sat at a table with two other characters, of whom we know nothing about and only learn through this adventure. So it was quite interesting to have two other versions of Sir Julian with us. I mean, how did you guys find playing what is essentially Ben's character, but just putting your own spin on it? Yeah. Essentially Ben.
Not
but
disagreeing.
slightly- Yeah.
Acted.
Redact.
Mine
Yeah,
was,
how did you?
mine
how
was
did you guys find
90%
it?
voice mod, so
Yeah, true.
I had also the night before had a Christmas night out, so I was happy to be the old guy. Sleep down again. I mean, I wasn't that bad, but I think he just like I am method acting. As not a French person, but no, yeah, I am a Julian.
Sir
Julian.
Oh man. Jeez. But no, it kind of helped. But yeah, no, I was like, as soon as you gave me, because you obviously gave a set, Julian's, and I was like, yes, old man Julian, that's me. That's definitely I'm gonna. Yep, I've got this. Just happy with that.
What about you, Josh? How did you find it?
I mean, it was fun. I mean, I immediately came up with just like a million other stupid things that were going on, like my
Of course.
heavy left arm and
That was the best.
Yeah, it was
funny, yeah.
very funny. Yeah.
only being able to turn left because of it. And then,
What, Zoolander?
That's my favorite part of your character. That's my favorite part.
It's very accurate to Julian, though.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's just like turn everything up to 11, or 1100.
11,000.
And Kyle, I mean, obviously you weren't there for this one, but I did actually create have a character ready for you just in case you wanted to play. Do you remember what it was?
He's gonna
Well,
play it, aren't you?
we're going to see some of it.
No, I don't. Like, I do not remember what it was, but I did create my own Julian.
Oh,
But it may be on the same line.
Well, I will say that I did actually mention this character very briefly because I thought just in case one day we jump back into it, we've got the character there. I created a lizard version of Julian for you, Kyle.
Yes.
I wanted to see how you would come at that from a sort of a reptilian
Lizard
way of doing things.
Julian.
Yeah. I also created a 90s and a 2000s Julian, which I thought was really cool because Ben obviously playing basically what was a 90s Julian in the sort of other universe that we had. Yeah, on the BMX. I just thought I've got to have a dead version of him basically somewhere. It's just really good. But yeah, I mean, you kind of already said it, guys. A giant left arm. I mean, I will say, Old Man Julian's has the best knitted cardigan. Was great. I absolutely loved that. It has to be the best, obviously.
Only the,
Of course.
the fine.
Obviously.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, now you've said lizard, Julian. I'm so inspired. I mean, I think what would the main thing that would recur is just he wouldn't. Well, obviously, wouldn't listen. And then all of a sudden, it would you'd be talking to him, and then it's just like his dead skin,
Yeah.
Brilliant.
and he comes back in, and then goes, "Thanks, Julian."
Brilliant.
Oh, lovely. You can pull off his tail at any time.
And that's how he drinks.
What, gin and orange, I hope.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Baker Me has
gin and
just
orange.
come up. Baker Me has just come up with an absolute slammer. So Julian, Christmas Carol horror short.
Oh my god.
I mean, wow. That I'm beginning work on that right now.
Yeah.
Who could be?
Got your mate.
That sounds like a horror film for fucking sure.
Yeah, right. The only problem is Sir Julian would tell the ghost to leave immediately.
Yeah.
No, I would say more like Krampus, except it's Julian.
The ghost would be just as obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
You know,
thing
the
is-
ironic thing is I hate that film as well. And it's scary.
Perfect then, isn't it?
So it worked out really well.
Sir Julian is so close to Ebenezer Scrooge. It's not even funny. They have the hat, they have the cane. I mean, what more do you want?
Monocle.
Oh, yeah.
Monocle.
Hold on. Oh, there it is. There we go.
Oh,
he's on
yeah.
hands.
Just if you forgot what it looked like.
Oh, Baker Meat says Sir Julian's the ghost. That's even better.
Oh.
Who is he haunting?
The narrative.
That's a ghost. I like
That
that.
could be really interesting.
Oh,
Very
he would be
interesting.
so mean as a ghost.
Never leave you
Do you know
alone.
what I'm starting to see here is how Sir Julian is quite similar to Mike.
Oh, he's very similar. Yeah.
That's true.
That's true, actually.
Too similar.
Mike and Julian interviewing each other.
Oh my god.
God.
No, they wouldn't listen to each
Jesus.
other.
That's why it would be
That'd
funny.
be hilarious.
Oh my god. We should do that.
You should definitely do that.
evolve.
That'd be amazing.
That
I would
was
like to add
hilarious.
that to one of my aims of the year, please.
Just evolve into chaos.
It would be.
I'm not DMing it.
Wait, what?
No, it'd be like the Oprah interview.
Moderator.
You'd be ignored anyway.
He wouldn't be ignored at the beginning because he'd try and interrupt. We'd both turn on him and rip Trent. Then
There was
me.
actually, can I just say, there was actually a moment where that almost happened. Where I'm trying to bring things back to like beginning, and all that's happening is Ben and David are just talking to each other, saying that they're, you know, what the hell is going on, and they're the best, and it's their party. And I was like, I've lost control. That's it. It's already over. And that
Not
was
what you
5 minutes
expect,
in.
honestly.
Yeah, I know. Bloody hell. But I mean, yeah, I really enjoyed, Ben, that bit of you making out like it's a big party for you and that everyone's come dressed as you. It's just it's a great idea. And it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense when you know,
More plausible.
it is more plausible than what actually happens. That's right.
Yes,
Why
it
didn't I
is,
just
it
do
is.
that?
Yeah. You
Much
should have
easier
changed
to write.
your story mid.
Yeah. Rewrite it on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where an incredibly well written and very three-dimensional character,
No.
Alpha
Worst
Julian,
character.
Alpha Julian comes in. And we already hit a point where people aren't listening to him and already going off in all different directions. Yeah, fingers in ears. Josh, you've said that you turned mute on already, and
That was funny. 15
my-
minutes ago, yeah.
Old man Julian doesn't really hear well anyway.
exactly. He's already asleep. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, trying to get you guys to do anything apart from what you wanted to do is actually really difficult. It was basically.
Why do you find this surprising?
I know.
I
mean,
hate
again,
aliens.
I'm pretty sure I did warn you ahead of time, Rob, and said, "Why do you want to kill yourself?"
I know. But to be
Why did you
honest,
bother planning anything? That's probably the
that's
big
true.
question.
That is true.
You know what? As DM, you should have just turned around and said, "Julian, where do you want to go?" "Oh, Julian, where would you like to go next?" And see how it unfolds.
They did that anyway, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you guys were going wherever you wanted anyway. Oh man, it was fun though, because the thing is that it was all very Julian. Everybody went off in their own direction. It was like, no, I'll do it. I know exactly what I'm doing. That's so very Julian, to be honest. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you made me work hard for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that. That's brilliant. So obviously, yeah, going off in different directions. Bots, Julian, Josh, you immediately go into the engine room and destroy the engines, which I had no idea what to do with. I won't lie. When it happened.
I am, in no matter what form, I am a child of chaos. So I do just go and smash things, break things. Question
That's so
narratively.
true.
That's
Yeah,
this is the way.
I like the fact that there's all sirens and stuff going off, and you just start whacking at them as well.
Well, how else am I going to get them to shut up? You know, be quiet.
That's the Julian way.
Oh my goodness.
This is the way. It's not that the ship is broken and that's why the sirens are going off. It's that the sirens are going off, so they need to be broken.
Oh god, it's so true. Oh god. Oh Kyle, I should have asked. Have you actually had a chance to see this?
I have not, no.
Oh,
I have not, unfortunately. I literally looked at the highlights video and went, 12 minutes? I can handle 12 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I think longer than that at the moment has a little bit of a shove to the side, but I have got a lovely 3-hour train ride on Friday, so I shall be watching.
You'll be able to enjoy 3 hours of shooters and sympathies.
I feel like I'm going to make it about 10 minutes in, and Ben's going to piss me off already. And I'm going to be like...
Well, hold on. Are you saying Ben's pissing you off or Julian's pissing you off?
One and the same, no?
Whoa, we've got to make some distinction.
The accent, is that it?
Yeah, it's the accent, that's all. Yeah, it's just the accent. Okay, so I'm going to piss you off. Am I going to call you or something and I'm going to piss you off? Yeah, I'll do that.
We'll see.
Great.
We'll see. It's brewing. But no, I will be watching it and I will be providing a full report.
Oh,
Instead, character that would have been there had I not been working.
Fair enough.
Make a little video.
Yeah.
And I got a gimbal.
Yeah.
Gimbal.
You know, my character would have a gimbal instead of a selfie stick because
Definitely.
we need the best to be the best, and I am the best. Better than all the
You're
rest.
doing well. You're doing well.
Oh god.
I knew I would.
Well, in the episode, we finally get to the cafeteria. So, just to give you an idea, what I was trying to do is give you a full exploration of the ship, and we only got to about half of it in the end. So, I very much made a lot more happen in the cafeteria than there needed to be. But we get to the cafeteria. Everyone's asking for a waiter. I was like, I should have thought of that, but I hadn't.
Rob did tell me. Can I just say something? Rob did say to me, I didn't give you NPCs for a good reason.
Oh, it would have been cruel. Yeah, no, that's wise.
Yeah.
It's not only that it would have been cruel, it's that we were originally aiming for roughly an hour, somewhere between an hour and an hour and a half. I think we hit pretty much exactly an hour and a half. And I know, Carl, I know. But, yeah. But we did all right. But the thing is, I thought if I start sticking in loads more NPCs, it's just going to go on forever and there's going to be no stop. And you're going to want them all to come with you.
More shields, yeah.
I feel like it would have been a massacre at the end of it.
Oh god, yeah. I even at one point thought about bringing robots in and stuff like that to fight against you, and I just thought it's just no time. Yeah, other Julians, that's true. That could have happened as well, but there was just no way that was going to happen. Not a chance. It was just.
Hold on, that was in your plan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
They
but
have just egoed themselves to death.
do you know it went far off that, mate?
You've just described the episode.
I just got the plot in one.
Pretty much. But talking of egos, everybody asks for drinks, and Alpha says he will graciously provide the drinks for them. And of course, our original Sir Julian is immediately up and racing to create them himself. Which,
Of course.
it's great. I even had to turn it into a proper race, an actual contested role to see who won. Why were you trying to make drinks quicker than him? Is it because he was called Alpha?
Basically, even I, as Ben, hated the character. So I was like, I hate him so much, I want to beat him.
I was genuinely trying to make him likable until
No, that's the problem.
Oh, okay.
I hate. As soon as you started talking, I was like, I hate this guy. Like old man and bot. I was like, oh, these are nice Julians, but I wasn't nice to them. But you started talking. I was like, I hate this guy.
And then I started playing Alpha Julian, and you were like, "Oh, I hate this guy even more."
Even more. Yeah. So that was the motivation. Real hate.
Fair enough. True, pure hatred. Yeah, maybe it's because I called him Alpha. I knew straight away. If I come up with the right name, I can get your backs up straight away. So Alpha did work. So of course, Alpha wins the drink making challenge. I mean, it wasn't really.
Can I just say, my rolling in this episode was like the worst I've ever had.
Wasn't it? I swear, I think you might have got 2 successes in the entire episode. In an hour and a half, 2 successes. Yeah. I swear, it was insane. Everything was terrible.
Rolling
for
1s
you.
and 3s. Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Doesn't really matter though. So.
Yeah. But of course, we come to the turning point, and this is the moment. I knew as soon as I said this, I knew this is where it changes from everybody at least putting up with Alpha to being very much in his face and against him, which is where he says he wants to be leader of the Julians. And your mentor. That was the word. I was like, as soon as I say the word mentor, they're going to be so angry.
Did you know that you were going to get drinks thrown at you?
Of course not. No, I didn't know. What? How do you go? And this is where he'll throw drinks. Of course not. The fact of the matter is, you missed all of them. But
that made it even funnier.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah. But oh man, that was so funny trying to throw drinks at him, and like I think old man catches his Earl Grey out of the air as well. But I mean, so good.
One more time, sorry, I was muted. I heard old man. I went,
that's me.
how does this thing work again?
There he is. He's back again. I was just saying, old man Julian plucking the Earl Grey out of the air.
Yes.
Old dog, new tricks.
Someone needs to get old Julian back to tech school.
Well, I mean, I like that. That's an episode.
I'm taking night classes.
He's at the Open University.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is the university.
He owns the university, obviously.
And then, I mean, rather usefully. So, I mean, the original idea was that Alpha Julian would prove his worth by beating you all at a cane throwing competition. And as you found out later, he has a little rocket in the back of the cane, and it would have basically been a bullseye seeking rocket that would have basically meant that no matter what happened,
Eating Julian?
no matter what happened, basically he would have won. However,
yeah.
yeah, go on, Ben, you can say it.
I was just going to say, like, when you actually did go to use it, it didn't work.
That's true, and annoying, I won't lie. But what I thought you were going to say is the fact that I said, well, okay, let's have a cane throwing competition, and then we can prove I'm the best. And all of you just went, no, I'm not doing that, no.
Not interested.
Straight away. It was like, no, that's not happening. So,
is that where Josh and I said no exactly at the same time?
I think
no. So that actually is at the start of the second half, and I ended up actually cutting it out of the episode. It's in the trailer, but not in the episode because it's a few seconds before we start part 2, which is just where the fight begins.
No, when it yeah.
But so I'm just asking if everybody is ready, and it's no, and it's so perfect.
Oh, brilliant!
Have I heard that before?
Yeah. But no, we had a little bit of waffle after that before, like the actual we restarted. So I was like, I won't actually put it in, but it was perfect for the trailer. But yeah, this is where. So the idea was that one of your canes would go through a particularly poor piece of wall, and you would find this hidden room, and instead. I mean, Bot Julian is just poking around everywhere. I was like, well, it's basically going to do the same thing. So it worked particularly well that Bot was just trying to destroy the entire ship, to be honest, from the inside out.
Always does.
Yeah. I mean, it was, to be honest, it's very much a sort of Rot or Nan type thing. You definitely channeled them a little bit, but with a hint of Julian in there as well.
Well, you know, apparently I've decided that robots in that universe are just chaos creatures, as opposed to, you know, strictly following the rules.
Yeah. I mean, when you get asked to play a robot version of Julian, you've got no choice, let's be honest.
Oh my god, you're Sam from iRobot.
Kinda. Slightly less I'm looking for liberation, slightly more I'm looking to fuck things up.
I am unique at destroying everything. Love it.
Oh, Alan Tudyk, he's so good. Literally should just be in everything. I think he is pretty much nowadays.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Only him? Wow.
Well, okay, yeah, there's other actors, just Alan Tudyk just does everything, doesn't he?
Could turn on robots.
Yeah.
Didn't he play,
Take the hint.
he's talking about himself.
I'm getting into characters. Mike is here. Kyle is here.
Sorry.
no.
Sorry, I meant alongside. You would be alongside him.
Alongside?
I would be the lead. Just
Yeah,
say
exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay.
With him as the lowly pauper every time.
Okay, Julian.
Anyway,
Do you hear my title, sweetheart?
so yeah, you through many cane pokes from Bot Julian, you find out that there's a hidden secret room, and Sir Julian, the original, just throws a table through it, which is great, and misses, of course, because you know. But you actually, I think you end up actually hitting Bot Julian and just smashing him straight through the wall. Which, I mean, I think that's even better, to be honest. Oh God! But here is our little cameo from our other characters, where this universe is Rot and Nan, and Virgil or Vernon. Are already dead, unfortunately, or disassembled for Rot/Nan. Because Sir Julian is, of course, Alpha is taking over the universe. And you also see a lot of other dead Julians, which was quite an interesting thing to come up with, to actually have like a particularly... Sir Julian is always slightly villainous to me, but a really villainous Sir Julian. Yeah. I mean, I've said this to Ben before. I can't remember if I said it to the rest of you, but you guys are the bad guys. But because we follow you, you seem like the protagonists.
What are we, some sort of Suicide Squad?
Yeah. That's good. But you are most certainly the bad guys. Yeah.
If this was D&D, we'd definitely be chaotic neutral. I'm like... I'm like chaotic good at the moment, slowly veered towards neutral at the moment.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Are you even chaotic? You're definitely the one that causes less trouble.
Well, I think he wasn't originally, but he was more kind of neutral good, I suppose. But he was kind of going more towards chaotic good because of the influence that you guys have had on him. He's literally just, it's kind of that, you know, that saying of you become who you surround yourself by. I think that's happening to Virgil, probably just because he's going insane because he's around you all the time.
Because of Julian calling you Vernon.
Yeah, I mean, that's partly it. When someone calls him a complete different name, corrects him all the freaking time, and then continues to say, okay, Vernon.
That's great, though. I will say that's basically what happened to Nightbreeze as well, let's be honest. He started off as a good character and then very quickly...
Well, Virgil's still alive, so...
Yeah. Hear about this, Kyle. They killed off my bloody character.
You killed yourself.
Yeah, I did kill myself. I had a heroic moment at the end, Kyle, and then I immediately died.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. In our pantheon of characters, that's what happens to heroes. They die.
That is true.
It's like, I have saved you, child.
Yeah.
Like karma gives no fucks.
Yeah, none at all.
Karma spins the opposite way in our universe, I think.
Yeah.
He was not a good guy though.
No, but he was originally supposed to be, but man.
He was a tryhard. Like,
Yeah. He had one episode where he was good. Yeah,
Downhill.
That's true. And then he led a spider back to the camp, and that went well. You see the dead bodies of the other Julians, and Virgil, Brot, and Nan, and Sir Julian gets emotional for once. I didn't know it was even possible.
No, he does get emotional. Actually,
Yeah?
he'll usually say it. Because he usually says if he's getting emotional.
On the spectrum.
Possibly. And well, I mean, imagine seeing lots of yourself in a pile on the floor. I mean, it's. I think even you'd find it. I think even. That character's been revealed. I even think Bryn. I think he would find that emotional too.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
He struggles with emotions, so.
I don't know yet. That's the thing. The thing is,
Yes, you do.
I know. Yeah, that's true actually. But I know, I know because we've actually spent some time sort of fleshing out the character, me and David. So I know what he will be like. But I don't actually know until we start playing and then realise that he's going to be completely different to what I thought he was going to be. Because that's exactly what happened with Nightbreeze. So we'll find out. But yeah, I mean, Sir Julian shows his softer side and then immediately pulls a gun on Alpha Julian, who's more annoyed that it's not a cane, to be honest, than anything else.
Yeah, I don't know why Sir Julian went for the gun rather than the cane. I think that just shows he knows in his heart
the cane.
a gun is stronger than a cane.
Whoa.
This is.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say that. And he was going for the kill. It wasn't even on stun.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how how he was feeling. And to be honest, it was I think it was a fair way of reacting actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You don't know how to act.
I'm going to rip you to shreds when I see this.
Well,
in a good way. That's a good way.
I mean, the thing is this doesn't. I mean, Alpha's a little annoyed by this, but it's not bothered him too much. But the moment that gets him but yes, I like it. The moment that gets him is Bot sitting down on the throne and crushing the crown. The throne, by the way, made of canes and laser monocles. Cane of Thrones. Oh, that was such a good name. We really should have called the episode that. Cane of Thrones. But crushing that crown, I was like, well, that's it. You've done it now. But yeah, it was a nice little idea, I think, just to symbolise the what was coming. Let's be honest.
I mean, at the end of the day, Bot isn't human and felt so naturally dominant over everyone anyway, and so unperturbed that it was just like, no, it's not that he's locked in here, it's that you're in here with him. That's the
yes, that change of voice was amazing. In fact, that voice thing throughout the whole thing was brilliant. In particular when you went chipmunk, that was hilarious.
Entirely by accident.
Yeah, I know. But I will say that it immediately made me think, does he lose size? Because as soon as you did it, I was like, it's more hilarious if you're smaller now. But it was pretty much, yeah.
And I slept through the whole thing.
Well, this is what I was going to get to. Is that old man Julian is asleep throughout this entire thing. We get to the attacks and he's still technically asleep. Alpha goes first, throws the cane, misses, has the rocket in the cane come back, misses again. I think it was Sir Julian next who threw the laser monocle straight at Alpha. However,
No.
Yeah.
I think you'll find what I did was
Yes.
I jumped up in the air,
You did.
took my monocle off,
You did.
shoved it in his mouth.
But you didn't. Because
What?
you failed the roll. Do you remember?
I think I just dropped it though.
What you did is you threw it into the ground.
No.
Well, it's
the way
not
that
part
I
of the
see
system, so you know.
it's the way that it happened was I missed the mouth
Right.
and it hit his cheek and then
Yeah.
fell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We will retcon that and say that that's what happened.
Please do.
Let me just go back to the episode and we'll add this
Redact.
bit in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in character.
Redact, which became like the watchword of the day. Redact. Bloody hell.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. That's very funny, though. Oh, dear. And then... Julian, I very stupidly told that in the at the edge of the room is the multiverse machine, and I only said it because I thought I don't want to bring it in last second because that would be boring. I'll just be like, oh, that's their way out. I thought I'll bring it in early. They're aware it's there, you know, and you immediately start attacking it.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? As I say, what, Julian? Thinks all the fleshy beings are inferior and doesn't care. This is a machine.
Yep.
This is the only machine that he thinks probably is more powerful than him, and so he has to destroy it.
I think I said it at the time, but I had no plan whatsoever. I just thought, well, maybe a multiverse sort of portal has to appear at some point, but I had nothing whatsoever.
There may or may not have been a little part of me that went, let's see what he can do with this.
Yeah. Thanks for that. My original thought was, I'm just going to put you on a completely different planet, and I thought, no, but the thing is that then we're running 2 games, and then I completely lost control. But yeah, very interesting. So yeah, the machine is being destroyed and a portal's beginning to open. Then we come over to old man Julian, who's just woken up and decided to make a snack, which was excellent.
I am actually
good.
My school is actually a culinary school. I'm actually a really good chef.
I'm like another robot.
Yeah. Culinary space school.
I am a food chef.
But that was so funny that it's just like this is the thing that I get with you guys is that every once in a while there's a big fight that needs to happen, something major needs to happen, and I have to do my very best not to kill you all because you all decide not to attack the character. You instead go off and do other things. So you going off and having some toast, and I make you roll for how well the toast comes out. I mean, what the hell?
This is the game.
I say kill them off.
Oh, I know. I did think about it. Actually, it would have been.
I mean, you could have.
It would. Oh yeah. This was the thing. I narratively had no problem with doing it. I did say to Ben beforehand, I prefer not to kill his character, but I could have done something about that if I needed to. I could have brought in Alpha, is what I was going to say, as the new Julian. But I just
that wouldn't have gone down well.
Julian's death.
Body swap.
Yeah, I genuinely, that was my get out of jail. Like if all went wrong and you all died, I'm like, Alpha could come in and let's see how Ben deals with that. But
I'm not playing as Alpha.
Oh my god! So Julian comes back as a ghost though because he can't leave.
And I can't die.
He can't do anything.
Amazing.
Not until you meet
Amazing.
Tiberius Relish.
No one.
Whoa!
Oh,
we've
that
got
has to happen.
Oh yes! Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I just saw a scene flash before my eyes, like Relish and Ghost Julian, and then all of a sudden there's all I hear is like Star Wars music.
Oh god, I'd love to
Epic
see
battle.
that. Oh yeah, it'll be going down. So we come then onto the contested strong left arm roll between Alpha and Original. I mean, this is the moment. This is the Star Wars moment. Who can win, Alpha or Original strong left arm contest?
Even better
Yeah.
if you did rock paper scissors.
Oh, that would have been good, actually.
Kane
With the left
monocle.
arm. With the left arm.
Arm.
Kane monocle.
Kane
What would it
monocle arm.
be? Kane monocle arm. Yeah.
I'm not sure how we do that. Kane monocle arm, that's great. And so Julian wins the contested role.
Of course I did.
Which, I mean, that
Don't sound so
you
surprised.
actually won something for once,
That is
which is
true,
quite
yeah.
nice. This is one of only 2 things you won.
It was a big moment though, wasn't it?
It was a
So,
big moment, actually. Yeah. It was like, full on, Alpha versus original. That's the big one. That's what I wanted to see. And then, of course, Bot's still hitting the machine and things are getting worse. And I'm thinking in my head, what do I do if he hits it once more time? I'm like, if he hits it 3 times in a row, something's got to happen, surely. So I was very much trying to work that out whilst we were going to the other turns.
You're lucky I didn't. You're lucky I rolled badly every time.
That's true, actually, yeah, because it probably would have had to happen sooner. That was a really good point. And then, of course, we come to Old Man, who's made his brilliant toast and then starts choking on it, which, by the way, I wasn't going to make you roll for. And then you were just like, no, okay, we're going to roll for a Heimlich maneuver. When I was like, okay, fine, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that was actually really good.
It felt right.
Really. Yeah, it did feel right. Yeah. So Old Man starts choking, which is absolutely hilarious, and just falls over behind Alpha. And of course, Alpha's goes next, and I'm thinking, well, you've fallen over behind him. He's probably going to be trying to take a few steps back because he's getting beaten quite badly here. And he's going to fall over Old Man, isn't he? Of course. I mean, it has to happen. So I roll for it, and he failed his roll. So he goes flying onto his head and on the floor, but does dislodge the choking hazard. So at least that's something. Yeah. And lands on his face as well, which is lovely. And this is when we come back to Bot Julian, who original. Sorry, I meant to mention that you tried to break the throne in half. How dare you? The throne, the cane of thrones.
Yeah, my whole plan with that, because it didn't happen, it looks really stupid, but I was harking back to that time when I broke a cane in half and I stabbed it in someone's knee, and I wanted to redo that with a whole load of canes into Alpha. That was the plan, but it didn't happen because I was rolling badly.
Yeah.
That would have made it a lot
1,000
more,
canes.
that would have made it a lot more graphic, and we've said less graphic.
Well, I mean, we said it, but let's be honest, it was never going to happen. And then, Bot Julian does it. He finally does it. He hits the machine 3 times in a row, and I'm like, well, it's 3 times in a row. Something's got to happen now. So I arbitrarily came up with the idea of you're going to be sucked in and then reappear somewhere in the room. So I made you roll for it. So I think it was 1 was in front, 6 was behind, and then it was 2, 3, 4, 5 were like diagonals on Alpha. And you rolled a 6, so you appear behind him, perfectly placed for the killing blow, or many punches, as it ended up being. It felt only fair that to actually give you a proper go, considering it was meant to be like an instantaneous zoom. You're right there.
I mean, I would have been fine with just like smashing the machine up, because that was my whole thing.
But even better than that, that's the point where Chipmunk comes in, and which was so funny.
I think that was just because Discord and its natural voice cleaning, whatever it was, just couldn't handle the god voice that I was going for, and it just cut it out completely. So I tried to go clean and missed,
and went Chipmunk instead. And like I said, as soon as you did that, I was like, well, he needs to be smaller now, because otherwise it's not as funny. So
it's the perfect improv moment of, like, it happened completely by accident, and also because I'm not listening, I didn't realize until you told me. Yeah. At which point I was like, well, we'll just lean into it.
Hell yeah. So there we go. As of now, Bot Julian is now only 4 foot tall, which is brilliant. And then, yeah, as I say, start punching Alpha on the ground. Like I love how it's just like this. And your little chipmunk voice again.
That was
well. It was really funny. Oh, dear. And then we pop back to Original, who grabs the entire throne, the Cane of Thrones, holds it above Alpha's head. There's so many names. Alpha's head, and he's ready to kill him. And of course, old man Julian also manages to pull Bot Julian off, which was very kind of you, actually. Using the exosuit. I love the idea of the exosuit, by the way. Out of one cane, that's an awesome idea. I want to see what else it can do.
It depends if the old guy can remember, man. You know. What else can it do? What's this button again? It's like a big like beam of light, or you know, like it's the sunlight torch. Hang on. Now I'm deaf and blind.
But he plays really good pinball.
Yes. Yes.
He's a wizard.
Yeah, I'm a wizard in the kitchen.
But I will say, original Julian has a very out of character moment, I would say, by sparing Alpha as long as he redacts Alpha. And what was the new name he came up with? Bin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was the first thing that came to mind.
That sounds a very on-brand Julian to me.
Oh yeah, that's pretty on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So
on-brand. Like,
as
you're
of
not
now-
the Alpha.
Oh yeah, definitely on
That
brand.
redacts the Alpha, and I shall give you a new name.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why he didn't kill him. It's strange.
I know.
I think
The
it was the
emotion
name.
how you felt.
It was the name that really bothered Julian.
Yeah, of course. Nobody is allowed to use his name apart from the other people that are with him.
It was the alphabet.
The Alpha. Oh yeah. I knew it would.
Fuck you up with my character then.
And then, of course, this is where the breaking the engine comes back to bite you all in the arse, which was a lovely bit of setup there from Bot Julian earlier. The engines are about to explode, and I believe the words I used were "fire and death are coming." And so Julian decides he's going to try and stop the fire and death that's about to come, which I thought
He
was
had
great.
to try.
I
He
know.
wanted to save the bones of his previous selves.
Fair enough. But Bin manages to escape by running into the portal. And then so Julian goes to try and save the ship. And you might remember, Ben, I made you roll at this point to see whether your two colleagues and friends would still be there when you got back. And I think you rolled a 1 or 2. So it's basically 1 to 3, they wouldn't be there. 4 to 6, they would. So you failed again.
I failed everything.
Yeah.
Apart from 1.
Yeah. But the next thing you didn't fail, which is you wanted to throw water on a ship's engine's core. And I was just like, well, it's basically nuclear is what I'm thinking in my head. So I was like, well, it's not going to go well. So I was thinking, you might have to die if you're not careful. And then you came up with the greatest moment ever, which is, I'm going to go back to the canteen and I'm going to say, waiter. I was like, well, that's got to happen.
That saved Julian. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty
You're
much.
trying to get a drink
Yeah,
that you knew
pretty
he
much.
wouldn't get.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, good.
And you get pulled back into the portal and arrive back on the Raptor, where you, again, out of character for Julian, you give Vernon or Virgil a big old hug.
What can I say? Trauma makes you do things.
It does.
That's what I've been doing wrong all this time. I have to traumatically disturb you to say you love me. Okay. Noted.
I don't know if it'll work in real life, but in this instance,
No, that's the moral of this episode. Traumatize people.
right,
Traumatize people are more than nothing. Is that?
Wow.
Wow. Jesus.
Anyway, it was. I have to say, I liked giving the hug because I know Virgil. It would have pissed Virgil off. So there we go. Maybe he found out how to piss Virgil off even more.
I don't think he was
randomly.
How I think he would. He's not pissed. He's like deeply disturbed. He's like, what the actual frick? Like, did you do? Like, why are you hugging me?
Did he have a trauma?
It was that hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You've never asked him. You've never. I've done backstory, guys. You just don't
really
ask Virgil how he feels. You just want to ruin his life.
Julian really doesn't ask it about anyone's backstory.
And that
like any of my characters.
That's great, though.
Really just talks about himself while Virgil's like, right.
But this is the thing: is there is rich backstory to go into if we need to. But half the time, you guys are already off doing the exact opposite I want you to. So it's like there's no time to go into that.
Yeah. No, I've given like a prompt for Akers to bring in something at any point, and I'll just react to it. And then I've got my own stuff which I've not even talked with Akers about. So.
Well,
yeah.
Whereas I just impose my backstory on like by going off to other planets.
Yeah. Do you? Oh, I hadn't noticed.
That was one of. I think that was probably my favourite episode.
Well, that's the one where you were with us, wasn't it, Kyle?
That was the shoelace one.
Oh my god, that was. I mean, that was. It wasn't the worst.
Wait, is that the only one I've ever done? No, I've done one. No.
Of Lasers and Feelings,
Of
the main Lasers and Feelings, yeah.
Oh, you did a live one.
Feeling one.
You did a live one as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
With the other one.
But I will say that wasn't the most difficult. The most difficult one is where two of you went off surfboarding for a while. But
So fun.
but yeah, no.
That was Virgil's favourite episode.
Yeah.
Not mine, but Virgil's.
Yeah. We all had a good time, didn't we? Apart from Rob.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I've noticed that.
We were all in heaven.
It sums up Lasers and Feelings, really, doesn't it?
He wants to do more, though. So.
Oh, absolutely. This is too much
Glutton
fun
for punishment. Yeah.
I am genuinely an enormous fan of all the characters. That's the thing. I just want to see what they do next. And the thing that gets me is that I know I cannot work out what you're going to do. You are so. I mean, you just go anywhere and do anything. It's so crazy. Yeah. There's no way to. I mean, you can imagine. I put together a story, but whether that story happens or not is, very much up to you. There'll be moments where I can sort of like interlink between what I'm trying to do, but half the time it's like, okay, let's see how this goes.
Kyle, there was this brilliant moment where Rob had come up with a button that he wanted us to press to make like the Power Rangers, like the robots come together, and we wouldn't press the button.
I
really pissed him off.
I created a Megazord for them, and they wouldn't make it happen. A Megazord.
This is the thing. Unless, like, if I'm doing the Julian episode, then I'd obviously stay on character, and I can't wait for you to meet them. And all I remember is when we did the shoelace episode, at the end of it, you just went, "Thank you for actually trying to push the narrative along for me." I was like, "You're most welcome. I love me a storyline and a story arc." But at the same time, like it is thoroughly entertaining to watch you unravel. It really is. Especially like just said earlier, everyone, like, I think and I feel like I look batshit bonkers compared, like, in the extreme opposite of y'all. But then, like, these fuckers in their minds petrify me.
We worry ourselves.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that you do, because sectioned would be on the cards for sure. And I would take both of your your shares of the company.
I do believe that these lot
£2.
plan.
That much? God.
That's 3 more pounds than you'll ever have, bitches.
I do genuinely believe you guys plan to make things difficult for me. Even if
Look,
certainly.
if anything, we definitely don't plan anything. But
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
time we're like, let's make it difficult.
There was, I mean, Jeffrey had plans. Jeffrey
That's
had
true.
plans, and that's
That's
the
true.
only one. Other than that, it's just pure chaos.
I
See what happens
literally
on the day.
I would actually love for you lot to go to an actual improv class and fuck them all up. Like they would be screaming.
They would kick us out.
I could go as Julian.
Please.
Oh,
I would
God.
actually pay you to go, and I would
We'd be
film
banned.
it.
God.
We'd be banned.
We would.
I would film on my gimbal.
They'd be yes
God.
banned. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
And work.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Would you like to meet? Would you like to meet my Julian?
I think
Ooh,
Julian
yeah.
should meet your Julian.
No, ruddy hell.
Right.
Oh.
Let me just say, if you hated Alpha, Julian, you're gonna fucking hate this one.
Oh
You
no.
never know. Julian's a fickle person.
Oh no. What is? I'm actually genuinely scared now. What's that?
I've
Whoa,
lost
hold
my
on a minute.
monocle.
He's got the cane out.
The cane is out though.
Okay.
Cane is here.
Oh,
I've lost my monocle though.
Can I
Only
just
the Julian Bovington Smythe.
Bloody monocle.
Bloody monocle.
can I just say whilst you're sorting yourselves,
you. What are you doing here? Sick. Look, I've lost my monocle. This takes priority.
have you seen it? The moment where he's just gone into character.
But can we just talk about how you just said that to the Queen
Literally
of
lost
the
it.
Universe, Sir Julian Bovington Smythe?
Look.
Queen
I'm
of the
busy.
Universe, Sir
No,
Julian
honestly.
Bovington Smythe.
I'm gonna sit back and relax.
The monocle. Where's the monocle? This is a big dilemma here, guys. Have
What's-
you seen it anywhere? What was your name again?
Bin.
Bin. Okay, it's Bin. Hi, Bin.
Sorry, bot. There's a peasant talking to me.
May I just say for a moment, whilst they're sorting themselves out, that my personal favourite moment of that episode was the moment where me and Ben are going back.
I'm
and
sorry.
forth
Are you
Excuse me.
interrupting the Queen of the Universe, Sir Julian Bovington Smythe?
Excuse me. That was so funny.
Dare you?
So hold on, Mrs. Sir Julian Bovington Smythe.
Queen. Thank you.
Queen Sir Julian Bovington Smythe.
Queen of the Universe. Sir
Is it?
Julian Bovington
Is it
Smythe.
now? Is it Julian or Julienne?
No, it's Julian.
Julian. Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure if you could quite tell, but one does like all the ladies. So it's now Queen of the Universe, Sir Julian Homoington Smythe. Because gay.
Homington Smythe?
Homington Smythe.
Homoington Smythe. No,
That's good.
it's got a nice ring to it, don't you think? Better than Bov.
Bob is the best name ever.
Ironically,
so please do not.
hom being male in
was like-
French.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
What
Well,
can
that's
I
not
say?
ironic. It's Latin. There you are.
Gender fuck.
I would have loved to have played with this character, by the way.
And there would have been a cane of thrones, just like my one at home, right there for me to just sit upon.
With the other Sir Julians had to have carried you around.
Yes, they did.
No.
No, he was carrying me around.
I mean, why do you think the racks
You
of
can get on the
bones where
back.
they came from? They were the peasants. Because at least they were pretty to look at, you know.
Bones.
I mean, no twincest, none of that. You know. That would have made my right arm really small.
Right,
like
Ben's back.
bots.
Goodness me. It's like, and scene.
Yeah, done. I found my monocle.
Yeah.
I'm happy now.
And that was only the tip of the iceberg for her.
I genuinely would have found that even more difficult to run with a character like that, 100%.
I mean,
Because
originally in my head, it was just going to be a gay Julian. But then I was like, actually, how good would it be if they had a title that he cannot beat, which is Queen of the Universe? Everything in existence is hers.
But I will say that
Find a way.
I will say that Julian is already. Go on.
Sorry, I did think of this. And I wanted to say this. I am also the chair of the governors of the space school.
Oh, brilliant.
Chair of the board
Head
of
of space
governors.
school.
I love that. Not even like the principal of space school. The chair of the governors.
The chair of the governors. Space school.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Like if I'm gonna do Julian, I'm gonna do Julian.
You could have Julian's school report.
Oh my god.
The truth would come.
Oh, that would be good. Would it be?
I will
live,
say though.
Yeah.
I will say
He
though.
never went.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's a lie!
Whoa.
And in cane throwing.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I will say though that
Would it be an F or would it be a U unmarked because it was that poor?
dear.
Oh, she's a cunt. Oh, I love her.
But I will say that Sir Julian for me is already a bit of a diva, so bringing out the extra diva would have just been impossible to deal with.
Kyle, what
Aren't
would
you grateful I did not come?
what would your Julian drink? What drink would they have? It's a very integral part of a Julian.
Because she is the queen of the universe, I think she would have a gin.
Her own brand.
Brilliant.
Brewed underneath her own throne, with a blood orange, with a satsuma and a clementine, and then the sweat of a Julian slave. As a
Oh my god.
Wow.
Now,
Damn, that took a
to
turn.
keep him in check.
I'm Silent Green.
now I will say Baker Me has come up with a particularly interesting question, which is: would you be chair of the board or throne of the board?
I'd be Kane of the board.
Oh,
Citizen Kane.
I really like this character. It's happening at some
Yeah,
point.
that's me. I'm just scared.
Oh God, you're still around here, you old pisser.
Well, I do think we need to visit Space School at some point.
we've
it's
got to.
definitely happening.
Yeah,
I
that
will
would be
say,
brilliant.
I will say the reason we haven't done it already is because there's quite a lot of expectation on this. So I've got to give it a bit of time and then have a real think about it.
Wait, you're gonna plan it?
Well, there's got to be a certain amount, surely. We can't just go in and be like, okay.
Why would
It's
you-
never gonna
why
be
would
enough,
you
Hackers!
plan?
It's never gonna be enough!
I know.
Understand this!
There will
doesn't
be,
learn.
there will be another universe within that school
Yeah.
that you would not have prepared for, that Josh would have prepared 2 minutes before.
We
saying
will
it
start
existed.
our own space school! A competitive...
Sure. Right.
Oh my God, a
next door.
competitive store. Oh, I'm here for that. Eddie's here for that. Eddie is
my
proper
God.
here for that.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that'll be interesting, won't it? But yes, that is.
I'm in charge of home ec!
That is something I've been thinking about. It's just, it's quite a big one, I'd say.
I
There's
think that they all live on like a space cul-de-sac.
Space
Hold on, who are we talking about? What, the Julians?
Like that 70 show or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a sitcom of Julians. Wait, we've done one division for Julians. Julie Vision.
In my head, I was like,
Julie Vision.
in my head, I'm like, because I'm in filmmaker mode at the moment after the conversation we had before, and then character builder mode. I was like, oh, what? Like when they rap, do they all like just live on the same cul-de-sac? Because that'd be kind of cool. Backstage universe. There we go.
They're not acting, I don't think.
Oh, they're
Old
not.
Julian is actually old Julian.
Method though. Method actors aren't.
No, well, okay,
They become.
is old Julian actually old Julian, or was he a fake?
Personally, I put them down as real. I hadn't really thought about making them fake, but you know, retcons are there for a reason. So
this is the thing. When you were going through the storyline, I was like, this sounds like The Island from Michael Bay.
I've never watched it, so yes,
Good,
it definitely is.
pretty good.
Actually
Michael Bay
good.
film.
Yeah.
There are some good Michael Bay films. I like 3.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. The Rock.
that's good.
Also good.
Oh,
Bad Boys 2.
Rocky's good.
I watched Bad Boys for Life the other day. Not that bad.
I've heard it's okay.
Saw the setup coming a mile away though. No spoilers. You'll have to watch it. It's on Netflix.
It's on the list.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to text you separately and spoil it just for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I'm not really that bothered, so you can spoil it for me.
Now I won't spoil it for you. I'm going to make you watch it.
I'll Google it. It's fine, don't
What if
worry.
it's reverse psychology, though?
I did get him to watch Moulin Rouge. Do we not remember this?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
man.
I erased that from my mind.
Do you know, I watched that as a kid and I remember it being all right, but Ben has since told me that it's terrible, so maybe it wasn't good.
So if Ben told you that his shit tasted like chocolate, you'd eat it.
No, I probably wouldn't.
Exactly.
I think I have slightly better wits about me than that, but
Just slightly different.
Moulin Rouge is not that good.
Roll a wisdom save.
get my D20 out.
I don't know where mine is. I genuinely don't. It's not in the bowl anymore. I don't know where it's gone.
DC 10.
Did I not leave it with you guys for shoot?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, because we were using D6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to go hunting.
Seeing as we have finished off with the laser feeling stuff, should we have a chat about what the hell's going on this year?
Probably should.
That could
What's
be
going on?
I know, right? What the hell is going on? I mean, where do we want to start? Do we want to talk about what's coming up in the next few weeks?
Probably
First of
should.
all,
'cause it's
I'm
coming out.
actually in it. I finally
Have
got
you?
my
Yeah.
ass. Sort of.
Have you got a video, Josh? Is that a good?
I don't have a Shooters and Sympathies video, sadly.
Okay.
I do have. There is the other rolling ground thing.
Yeah,
what
that's
the
what I was-
cheeky little Easter egg in the previous.
There was.
Yeah.
There was, Mr. Kyle being
One of my favorite moments, I think.
Yes, I agree. Definitely. But yeah, should we talk about what Shooters and Sympathies is?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so Shooters and Sympathies, I think, came up in a stream originally, way back in.
Was that when we did the live stream?
Yeah, it was possibly. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it was a long time ago. And someone mentioned something about wouldn't cowboys be fun, and I was like, yeah, it would. I'll do that. And so I did. So Shooters and Sympathies is like a kind of cowboy steampunky version of Lasers and Feelings. I've adapted a few more things to kind of bring it a bit more into Jeopardy. There's like some new rules around fighting and things like that. But yeah, it's a kind of steampunk western story. It was meant to be a one shot, but you know, me being me, it's longer than that.
I really enjoy that because the thing is that he told us it was a one shot when we first started filming it.
And we did like 2 hours, and then we were like, "Where are we?" He was like, "You're not even a quarter of the way through."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was so funny. We're like, huh? We've done loads. He's like, nope, you've done nothing.
Very on brand for Josh. Though.
Oh yeah,
Very on brand for me. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like the fact that you've actually created like a big universe for it. It's not just a.
It's really,
a lot of the,
really not.
a lot of the Lasers and Feelings stuff in particular has been 1, maybe 2 episodes. I think we did a 2-parter once, and.
Was that the heist in the museum?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which was a great episode. But the I like that the Shooters and Sympathies. It's was it probably going to be 4 episodes from the looks of things. We'll see, you know. But so now I'm looking at Josh. He's like,
Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Well, I mean, this is the thing. It depends on. There is an ending. Mm-hmm. It depends on how long it takes to get there.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. This is the thing. We're not actually finished filming it all yet.
Nope.
So there is we still got a bit to go. But yeah, I really want to see where this goes. I mean, the start is just bonkers, and it just gets crazier from there.
It really does. It really does.
It does. It's just insane. But it's such a story-rich environment. That's what I love about it. And Josh, you've got so many notes and ideas and little clever little bits to do. It's fantastic. It really is.
I almost did a spoiler, but I'm not going to say it.
I was so impressed, given the fact that it was your first time ever, GMing, with how much you came up with. It was so good and so detailed.
You have not read some of his scripts.
I think this is the thing, is that I come from a point of view of being a writer first. So writing tons and tons of stuff is not a problem for me. That's just what I've been doing for however many, 15 years or something.
Rob, a horse defecates, but it's still a horse.
Less dialogue in this one.
Favorite lines ever.
Although I did have written dialogue for some stuff. I will say that. There was
surprised.
There was some characters with specific written dialogue.
I never go that far. I obviously I have 2 or 3 things that a person has to say, but I never go as far as having the exact words on the page, because it will just never happen. But they're just. I mean, as I say, it's just a very rich environment and very cool setting. I think it just gives all of our characters a chance to try out so many different things, and because it's cowboys as well, of course, it's I mean, what can't you do in a cowboy setting? Everyone loves
some cowboys, a bit of western.
Everyone loves the gay pimp robot cowboy thing.
We started filming this a fair while ago, and I did
Was it October?
It was June.
Oh no, it was
June.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I came back from Brighton. Oh my God. Sorry guys, this is my schedule that's fucking this all up.
Our filming schedule is that we try to film stuff every month, and we'll try to do 2 or 3 things a month close together. So yes, we started filming this in June. We were trying to sort of get more and more in, but it just couldn't happen.
The original plan, I think, was that it was going to release a lot earlier, and then I think by the time we got to the 2nd episode, we decided that it was going to come now in January.
And we were sold on the fact that it was going to be a 1-episode thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that kind of ruined everything.
I will say though that I was worried, because episode 4, the one where you guys go surfing, was meant to be a very cowboy and Indian heavy episode. It was meant to be pistols at dawn and all that stuff. Literally, you were meant to have a shootout like a cowboys thing, and I'm so glad it didn't turn out like that, because we get those moments instead in Shooters and Sympathies.
Oh, you're welcome. I helped with that.
You did. Thank you so very much for making
Surfer Pro episode.
Yeah, it really did. It really did.
He got his comeuppance, don't worry.
Yeah. But yeah, seriously, this is one to watch, and I think the first episode is coming up on Wednesday, isn't it? Next week, 5th.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep, we've arrived at last. Having known that this was going to release in this week for about 6 months, we are finally here. Suddenly here.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, sorry. Whilst we're live on air, so that I can't back out of it. It was the 19th of Jan, right?
Yeah.
Around the 19th.
Around the 19th.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
don't confirm it yet, because we.
Oh no, but in terms of my schedule is thus that week. So I will be doing a sleep-in where I finish at 3 on the 19th. I'm doing a late on the 20th, so I can't do. I finish at 5:30 on the 21st. Doing a late on the Saturday, I can't do, and I'm off on Sunday. So Sunday, Friday, or Wednesday evenings.
You heard it here, folks. It's live on the internet. Possibly all 3 of those.
Good God. Is it? Oh, Jesus.
No.
No, it's not. No. Oh, no, please. No way. No way.
We might. I will say, if we aim for the finale on that Sunday when they're free all day, hopefully everyone's going to be free all day, then the finale can just be as long as it is because. Because
That's fair. That's fair.
I know what could go in the finale.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
So many things.
Oh, we have to do the Sunday now, don't
You know
we?
what
You
I
guys-
just realised as well? You've known this entire storyline for
Half a year.
8 months.
Yeah, about 8 months. Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's
I will
written
say
down.
though,
There's a timeline. There's a timeline of the plot.
I will say though, I knew the very first Lasers and Feelings episode for about 4 months because it was already because this wasn't meant to happen. This whole Rolly Grail post-Sanity Play stuff, I'd already put it in place well before that, and we've been talking about it well before that. Before we decided we actually want to do this properly. So yeah, that was weird because I got to run it, and then of course it went nothing like I wanted it to. It's really odd, isn't it, Josh, to have that moment of you've put it together for so long, and then shit happens you've never thought about.
I will say, and you know, it's not really a spoiler for the episode coming up. You guys managed to do absolutely nothing to throw me off in the first episode. I'd planned for all of it.
Wow. Well, I mean,
wait.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it was the end of the first episode that you were a little bit like,
No, I was faking you
if I
out.
recall.
I don't know,
There
Josh.
was-
Reverse psychology.
There's some moments in there I don't think you could
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
There will be
Yeah.
a recap for it in. Let's start plugging shows that are on. There'll be a recap for it in a week from now. So the Wednesday over.
Yeah, the 12th, I believe that is. So yeah, that'll be interesting because, of course, for us it's been 6 months.
right.
So, I mean, we filmed. I can't remember when we filmed the second episode.
That was August, so it was.
That was,
also
and we were already at a point in August where we were like, what the hell happened in the last one? Because that's 2 months. I mean, you have to think, we're 6 months away.
Watch
We're
it
like,
back. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
I definitely remember what happened, but it was particularly a moment with Ben's character, which was hilarious. Yeah, I mean,
Ben, can you remember?
I can remember.
he remembers. I mean, it was
You don't.
it was
I think he did.
certainly dangerous.
Certainly.
But yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant, absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant.
There's a
really set the
whole-
tone.
Yes, it did. Didn't it just? Didn't it just? But yes, very exciting. Very exciting. Should I tell them what's coming up from my end as well?
I think let's just talk about this whole first quarter of the year of things we've got
Okay.
planned.
Okay, so
we might as well.
Looks like Shooters and Sympathies for the first couple of months. And then I get to run something that I'm so goddamn excited about. First of all, I'm going to show you the book. I actually bought the book of it, and I've actually sent this to you guys, so you can always read through it. But oh my god, look at this! Look at this art. That is
Look at that.
beautiful. Can you see that?
Is that skeletons?
Yeah.
You better work.
Oh yeah, and the name there, Gravity Rip. I am so
Rip us.
excited for this. It is pretty hardcore. How do I put this? It's a car racing game, but it's an anti-gravity car racing game. Basically pod racing, to be honest. And it's particularly interesting because it does use some of the Lasers and Feelings ideas, especially in the first half.
Okay.
But you also have racing in it as well. And these guys are going to be
Just
joining.
David in this. I live.
These guys are going to be joining a racing team and basically starting as rookies and trying to build themselves up to become the best racers they can. And they're all on the same team, but jostling for position, trying to get in front of each other and other rivals, which will be coming in.
Sabotage!
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so interesting. It's something I've wanted to run basically since we started this, and it's something I mentioned to these guys. I'd say probably since I don't know, July, August, something like that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it might have been actually. I've been so interested in running it, and we're actually going to get a chance to do it. I think it's going to be 2 episodes from the looks of things, after Shooters and Sympathies. I just want to see what comes out of it, and then we'll make some decisions if we ever want to do it again. But oh man, it's going to be awesome. I just cannot wait. I cannot wait. There's a lot of extra rules which I'm just trying to get my head around. Not like crazy amounts, but
we played D&D. We can handle it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's nowhere near as bad as D&D. There's definitely less than that. But it's more than Lasers and Feelings. Let's put it that way. Where it's basically one rule. So. Yeah, I'm just putting together a few bits for that. I've got the person that will be your rival for the first race, and probably I think I've worked out who's going to be right. Oh, that would be good. That would be good. It's not
that Mario.
The politician.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yes, maybe so. I don't.
Gets Julian in to play Mario the politician, just like he did.
Oh yeah. Hello. I'm here.
Yeah,
how's it's time, guy.
Yeah.
Have we figured out what characters we're playing yet, or not?
No. So I'm still putting together character sheets and things like that, so that you guys can sort of get that to me. We've got a couple of months to sort of work everything out, but I just cannot wait for this. It's going to be a very interesting couple of episodes. Yes.
I'm going to say this. Live on air. Because of how excited you are, you've made me excited.
Oh, okay.
I will count me definitely in. Definitely in.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You heard it here first. Promises are happening.
Oh yeah.
That's a definite, and that's a promise, and that's
okay.
I'm in.
Awesome. Well, I will take that as a possibility. I'm kidding.
On my schedule? I will make time for it, I promise.
Brilliant. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Yes, can't wait. But yeah, we've got more stuff coming up. So I think we've got David. I think you've also got a one shot coming up, haven't you?
Yes, kind of grabbing a couple mechanics for different games. Obviously, I've done more D&D, but I've been watching a lot more stuff even recently. Different types of gaming systems that I watch in Dimension 21, which is very kind of even like Harry Potter style, and then also like Call of Cthulhu, and just different ways games are run, like 5e, 5th edition games are run. Some with more complex, similar, like simple mechanics, but trying to make something that is, again, probably on the same difficulty level as what you're suggesting, Gravity Rep. I feel like it's going to be in that zone as well. I actually think it's going to be a lot simpler than, well, definitely will be less simpler. Will be simpler than D&D. I can't think straight.
Too much D&D.
Too much D&D on the brain. Yeah.
My Friday night.
Do we want to say kind of?
Or I can help.
I actually do it on the Friday night. So
what the? Do we want to say what the kind of plot is? What the idea is? Do you want to give a basic outline?
Yeah, sure. So I'm naming it Time Flux. It's going to be like a kind of time traveling thing. And this particular setting is in Egypt. I don't want to give too much away. I know kind of location wise where I want to be around and what kind of period in time it is. I'll give this to Kyle. Cleopatra may or may not be involved. I think, just in case that entices you a little bit. Yeah.
Well, it would be very cunty of me to start the new year by going, not you, David, but yeah. I will be present for both time slots. And
another possibility.
You've heard it here.
Guys, I get one full day off guaranteed a week. I will have time. And I will be like, I don't want to just sit at home.
You want to go to sleep to Egypt in a time machine?
I want to go to Egypt with Julian Bovington Smythe.
I don't know. Julian's not going.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay,
unless you
really
want-
bad accent.
hold on. Unless it was a request from David.
No, get rid of that fucker.
Okay, all right, fine.
So it's a 1d10 game compared to the 1d6. That's different as well. There's varied degrees of success, and instead of a kind of laser feelings number, there's going to be a time flux number outside normal dance, like sort of dice rolls. And depending on the success, and if you like in those numbers roll your time flux number. So it's 1 out of 10 rather than 1 out of 6. So this it could be kind of less of a chance, bit harder, yeah. But it depends how much you can influence time depending on the success of the roll. And if you roll that number in those, and it depends on like you've got mental stats, you've got physical. There's also a stat called your humanity stat.
Well, that's going to be at 0. I'm very much looking forward to that finishing so that I can say, let's do the time flux again. Sorry, terrible joke, but I had to say it.
I don't understand this.
Me too,
I was
David,
like,
me
what?
too.
I was like, what?
Just nod and giggle.
I acknowledge it was an attempt at the joke. I just don't know what it was.
What I want to say is, why don't we have money so that we could literally get the song Flux by what's the name of that?
Look, I'll tell you what.
Too expensive.
Let's rewind time back and we'll try that again. shall we?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if there's anything else we have to discuss before.
We should
I'm
just
trying to
say Lasers and Feelings and D&D will be back for season 2s. That is going to happen
Yeah,
probably in April.
Yes, that's certainly what we're talking about.
I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah. We had this conversation. My brain has forgotten it. They will be back. So don't worry if you want more of them. It will happen later. But
people are.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Don't worry.
Oh yeah, there's no.
I feel like you spaced this a little bit wrong. You should give them like.
Well,
I've got my good lasers and feelings.
I think we wanted to try a few other things. We've had some nice ideas.
Once.
God, yeah. Well, that'd be difficult.
Why
wouldn't
not
it?
doing it so hard for yourself?
Quite a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kyle. Give us a break, man. We get 1 day off a week. Oh no, sorry, that's you.
That's not till February, darling.
All right, fair enough. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is that we've done some of the shooter stuff, so it kind of makes sense to run it now. But I think it's more. It just gives us. It just gives us a chance to. I know. It just gives us a chance to refresh the Lasers and Feelings of D&D. Obviously, the characters are immense.
Not going to be refreshed.
No. Yeah. They're going to be so tired. But it allows us to try out a few other things. See what else sticks. After the shooter stuff. I mean, it's just going to be amazing. I'm so looking forward to the gravity rip stuff, the time flux stuff. Again, I suspect these things will be coming back in some some form somewhere. So,
do you know what I'm looking forward to?
Yeah.
When I finally get enough experience with the games that I can finally create and DM my own game.
That would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already kind of pretty much I think I've told you guys, but it's basically Asteria. So bringing in the narratives that we already have, but then making it a bit of my own.
That's mysterious.
All
All right.
right.
Like taking Josh's brain and adding mine for the prequel.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh. So that means it's
Maximum chaos.
I went to deadlines, darling.
So it's
Do you? Really? Maybe you need some deadlines.
Well, I do have deadlines, and I missed my one for uni by 4 weeks.
oh god, blimey.
Well, maybe prioritize that and not the film ones.
But when my head lecturer goes, get it to me when you can. There's no rush. I was like,
No, that's not
I
good.
went, oh, wait.
You need a deadline.
I do need a deadline.
Yeah.
But what makes me laugh is I was fine for that essay portion of it. It was the fucking referencing that screwed me. The anxiety riddle of plagiarism.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Such fun.
Such fun.
Although I think I've done a really good essay thing. You know?
Good.
Yeah.
You
See, when
will
life
find
like
out
that
as it is
happens-
quite literally marked.
Yeah, like the next time I'm on stream, you'll find out what my mark was by me either boasting about it or not saying anything. Crying in the corner.
We won't ask. Don't worry.
We'll know or we won't, and we'll know.
Yeah, because you'll tell.
I mean, that would make you respectable friends of mine, but
Doesn't
that's a
sound right.
stretch.
Always a stretch.
Can always have hope.
It's not what you want for your nickname, is it? Always a stretch.
No. That's Leamington's, isn't it?
Oh gosh.
Leamington child safe. No, that's weird. No, I'm just gonna kill that.
No. Easy now.
I was
He's
thinking
got-
he's just short so he can't reach the top shelf. That's where that was.
Good. He can
You
reach
guys
the
up
top
there,
shelf now.
guys.
He's got Ronald. By the way,
Oh
Kyle,
yeah.
Leamington has a pet spider called Ronald now, and he's the best.
D&D basically became
not
us
person.
trying to make a zoo.
Yeah. I think your name should be the Wielders or something. Like,
Yeah.
you are literally just like,
The animal wielders.
The zookeepers.
or the Keepers.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
That's quite good, isn't it?
The keeper, yeah.
So we keep trying to tame animals.
Jesus. I mean,
Has multiple meanings.
You lot scare me sometimes.
that's what we're trying to do.
It
why
makes
we're
me feel
perfect
somewhat
for a
sane
horror
for
game.
a brief moment. Oh, the Keepers would be a great name for a horror film. Do I smell a stunt? No.
We don't have budget for stunts.
Did you just see the intro to today's thing
Josh
with
did his
Josh Brolin?
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's the most stunts we got.
I will say,
Have we got your trader thing now?
That is there, yeah. It's very short.
oh, okay.
Ooh.
Smash it out. Smash it out.
Okay.
Now, Josh, is this the one you built up
Big flex.
and saying
Possibly.
that?
Possibly.
Oh,
I will
okay.
say it's not a visual thing. It's something you have to listen to.
Okay.
Okay, I'm muting Discord right now.
Oh, I think. Okay.
But have you guessed?
Yes, possibly.
Possibly. Okay. It's quite short, but it's to the point. Okay, so here we go. This is the logo sting for Rolly Grail. Nope, that's the wrong one. Oh, it's lagging. It be lagging. Many technical difficulties there.
Oh,
Jesus.
That was.
Did that
So
come
does
through?
Yes.
Yeah.
So does that happen every time we play the Sting? Does it do five other things beforehand?
5 other things beforehand, and then he comes back to it.
That was so good, though. Oh my day.
Very good.
It would have been better if it played the first time, but then it just did 1,000 other things.
Oh, but that's the whole point of parentheses.
Parentheses,
really like
15
that.
other things.
Great, though. That was so
Very
good.
cool.
That was very good.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Would you like to tell us about it?
There's not a lot to say, really. I just discovered that I could make a choir sing Rolly Grail.
Oh, how did you do that? Did you
do that?
Yeah, how did you do that?
I mean, it's just a virtual instrument.
Did you type it in?
Yeah, you
Like
can do
Rolly Grail, and
it. You can effectively there's a thing in with virtual choirs called a word builder, where you can type in words. You have to work out how they speak it or how they sing it, how they phrase it. But you can pretty much make it do whatever.
That's
And
cool.
I realised that I could make them sing Rolly Grail.
Oh my god.
That's honestly.
I didn't
was
work
like-
that out. I didn't know you'd done that. That's brilliant.
That's great. Well done, mate. That's a lovely little intro. I love it. Brilliant. Well done. Oh yes.
There is
absolutely.
no outro. There's still stuff that I'm making. You'll see more new graphics things on Shooter's episode on Wednesday, because I couldn't get everything finished for today. And then obviously for every other stream following that. Yeah.
Oh my god! I just realized the first episode is when I have my social anxiety
Yeah.
breakdown.
Yeah. I don't think you notice it as audience, because I remember Rob saying you're very quiet, so you're planning or something like that.
And then I just look at Josh, and Josh goes, "No, he's not. He's having an anxiety attack."
Yeah, I was conscious of it and trying to. You'll see, like, the episode is that thing that I did to Rob, where I went somewhere else. That's just the whole episode, basically.
It really is. Oh my god, it really is.
Which, you know, I probably deserve, but that's fine. I planned for it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I did go up to Rob and say, "Rob, do everything he did to you, but more."
We can't though, because we're not a sci-fi. So he's planned it in a way that we can't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's steampunk, isn't it? So it's
I tried.
a certain
I think
amount.
one of the joys of Lasers and Feelings is making shit up.
Will Smith.
Basically,
That's
yeah.
how I see it.
Basically,
Yeah.
Wick.
Yeah.
I mean, no spoilers.
I can't spoil it because 90% of it I don't remember. I remember the stupid thing that Ben's character does.
Yeah.
I do. Kyle, your character is quite memorable. David, I definitely remember yours. Again, yours is incredibly memorable. But it's just like there's snippets I remember, and I will watch that episode. I will watch that episode and be like, oh yeah.
I will say, in terms of time, I'm looking at doing it at 7 o'clock on Wednesday rather than 8, because it's looking like it's probably going to be close to 3 hours.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, to be honest,
it was a long one. Yeah, I remember.
it was a long. It was a long episode.
Both the shooters that we filmed are
3 to
long.
4 or something.
They're close. They're
4
close.
hours, weren't they?
The sessions were 4 hours. I think the episodes will end up at like 3, just under 3.
But are you saying there's a break in there?
I might be.
Oh, why would I know
Interesting.
Why would you know that?
that? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I didn't know that.
Why would you know that? Yeah.
don't
What could
know,
we
I'm not sure.
possibly
We'll
have done that would
we'll
give you that impression?
We'll find out. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be so.
I'm waiting to see how this turned out.
What was that? What was it? That whole trailer thing that you made? We were actually there for a different purpose. What?
What? No, I don't believe it.
What? Which were just as crazy.
Yeah, probably more so. Probably more so.
You two should never be unsupervised.
No. The funny thing is, we had supervision.
That's true.
The supervision didn't help.
No.
Adult supervision was there. It's true. I do know that.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Well, you'll find out what that's all
I have
about.
to take down who do I have to have words with?
Well,
Freddie.
Well, I will have words with Freddie.
Yeah.
He just gets me.
Yeah. Don't get too close.
Oh dear.
well, you'll find out what that's all about on Wednesday at 7. I'm just going to say 7 now. And then we'll just lock it in.
That makes sense.
I think that's fair.
I shall be doing a sleep-in possibly, so I'll be watching it from work.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tune in.
I will
We'll
be watching it.
I'm very excited to see it, Josh. It's
Yeah.
the amount of work you put into it and what you've done with it. I just cannot wait. Honestly, it's gonna be so good.
Mm-hmm. And then there will be a because it's long.
Yeah.
So you don't have to watch continuously for 3 hours.
But what if we want to?
I mean, you can watch the break as well.
Oh yeah.
You know,
That's true.
there'll be things in the break. Probably.
Oh, good.
We've got entirely planned
Things
what's
in
going
the
in the
break.
break.
Things in the break.
Something will be in the break.
But just to say, there's other planned things that we're starting to put together as well. So keep an eye out for that. We've been working on a couple of other ideas and things behind the scenes. So yes, even more to come than we've already talked about.
So what I truly love, and this is no shade to you guys, I barely pay attention to the Roddy Growl chat because obviously I'm not really there much. So whenever you guys are saying like we've got so much going on behind the scenes, I'm like, what behind the scenes? I don't know anything. I have access to, but do not have. So I'm just as excited as you guys at home.
There's lots of good stuff. I mean, I think hopefully there's lots of good stuff to come on this Twitch channel in general, because as I was saying earlier, I want to start doing some like visual effects streams, some art making streams, specifically making my film Asteria live on Twitch. I kind of figured like that's a good opportunity to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I would also like to start doing like once a month, like film making prep sessions where it's just come chill, come hang with the filmmakers whilst we plan and sort out what our next move is.
Well, I really like
said we were gonna
the horror. 3 of us making 3 horror films thing. I think that's great.
Can we at least do the Last Minute trilogy before then? Because that's been on the books for a lot longer.
Wow, sure.
Okay.
Is it all finished prep-wise? Are we ready to go? Are we ready to
Well, let's just say the final wave is pretty much fucking done and done.
You filmed it.
There you are.
Filmed it, edited it.
I believe that's the one. I believe that's the one we've actually seen edited,
Live.
which is quite cool.
And I now have got some really bad ADR to dub onto it.
Yay!
Thanks, Ben.
What have I done to it? Oh, my ADR. I forgot I did
love
ADR
you.
for it.
I love
It's
you.
not ADR, that's voice.
I love you.
You did voiceover. Oh, I want to hear that.
Yeah, I did voiceover, yeah.
But when I tell you Mr. Robotic, no emotions in the corner over here, trying to do one of the most emotional moments of the whole film. And he's like, I'm sorry, there's nothing else we can do. And I was like, all right, Mr. Monotonous.
Yeah, we just walked into a petrol station. He just called me Mr. Monotonous. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you.
You have so much range as Julian and so much range as all these different accented characters. And I'm like, oh, he'd actually be really good at doing the voiceovers.
Yeah, but the problem is, as soon as I have to like read something and say it, I can't do it.
You needed to improvise a love letter as Sir Julian.
Exactly. Yeah, if I did it as Julian, that would be there for that. Yeah.
That would make the final wave literally be like, go into the ocean and never come out again. That's what the audience will be thinking if it's Julian.
Just get the ruddy hell away from me.
Bloody hell, you've got illness? Ugh. That's what he'd do.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's what he would do.
Well, I'm thinking me and David should now create a film, despite the fact neither of us have experience, because I think we'll get it
That'd
done.
be
You
interesting.
two
Yes.
should make a horror film
Oh
as well.
my god, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Live film.
Hey, I have had some theatre training. Have you?
Oh,
know?
yeah, fair point.
I
yeah.
did go to a dance college and learn theatre and drama. I do actually have these skills. Just me.
The poison noodle.
Come on then.
Yeah, it's
4
true.
films. So you're 4 films or 5 films.
Rob's an editor as well, aren't you,
Yeah,
Rob?
yeah,
You
yeah.
film
Well, it's a
things as
little-
well. You
it's a
film the
little team,
news.
That's fair. I did film the news. I mean,
Yeah,
I
there you
needed
go.
a
Tell you
lot
what.
of help.
I will film and create something, and Akers will edit it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Let's have. Okay, so we'll have Kyle, we'll have me and Ben, and then we'll have Team Rolly Grail. You two.
Yeah.
Who's running in who's
Brilliant.
trail?
Oh.
Actually, do
Oh.
a Darius monologue.
Oh my god. That is a horror.
Oh, yeah. I
Or
like it.
something. Or a Virgil
really like
monologue. We'll work together.
Oh,
we'll,
yes.
we'll do a Virgil monologue.
Vernon.
Yes.
A backstory.
Yes.
Virgil, a backstory.
Vagina monologues.
Virginia.
Brilliant.
God, everybody's getting their names wrong in different universes.
There's a Vernon joke in Shooters and Sympathies. It's
Oh,
See, I'm going to
God.
do that now, Akers. Unfortunately, I am adding that as a note now on my.
Oh, yeah, I'm up for that. I'm up for that.
That's all right.
I can do
Yeah, how
anything
gangster you
somehow.
said, I'm up for that, I'm up for that.
Bra-
Didn't even say that, he said
I
that.
do have
Croydon's
my
coming
own
out.
DSLR camera. So
there you go. There you go.
God, come in with budget.
SLR. Wow.
And I'm also
yeah,
here.
Josh is shot in it. I could do something, right?
Yeah. Something.
Okay. No, not, but yeah. Hey, to be honest, iPhone's in some ways better sometimes, man.
True. Very true.
I did take some photos on my phone whilst I was up in Scotland with David, and I think probably one of the best photos I've ever taken, included in that bunch, with just the most stupid lighting setup.
Oh yeah, proper gorilla style, man, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a little LED panel and a bed sheet. That was the lighting setup.
And it's like
Pretty
two
much
guys
the lighting
like,
setup, full
holding it
stop,
up. The
anything
light
we've
they were
done.
like, we looked like Gino was at like the ghost children in
Yeah.
Scrooge, you know.
It's very Stranger Things, but it's a great photo. I'll put that. It'll be out there at some point because there'll be those things. But yeah.
Are we? How short is short for these films? Are we saying
Under 5.
Yeah,
Under
5
5,
minutes
okay.
max, I think.
Okay.
God.
Josh,
I've
you're going to
already
struggle.
done a 5-minute short film. This, yeah.
This is me like
Okay.
limiting myself to not making a half an hour film.
Yeah.
Josh, I think, Josh, your rule is you have 3 minutes. That's it.
Ooh,
That's harsh.
that is
No,
harsh.
all five,
Josh
I'm
could-
terrible
all
at
five-
short
there's
films.
5 is
anyone who
enough
do
of a
it.
challenge for Josh.
Josh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
To
I'm
be fair,
terrible at short films.
I thought, let's not lie, how long did I think Shakespeare was going to be?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
Good news.
I just have to do something. No dialogue, no very little character. That's what I have to do.
Yeah, your characters can't speak.
Okay, we should have a planning session.
Yes.
Like, live.
We'll
at
do
some
it on
point.
stream. Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm making
and
the
then-
commitment right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm saying, give me character, give me mannerisms. I will make a script for this, and me and Akers are going to shoot this.
Yes, I want to see that.
Cool.
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 I'm here for this.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, this is great. I think this is great.
This
We'll
is
have-
what
we'll
we came
have-
here
we'll
to
have
do.
a- Yeah.
No offense, Roddy Graylers. I respect and love. But
Hey,
this
we
is
can-
what we started this for.
This
Finally
channel,
doing what we said we were going to do.
this channel is the definition of trying to have your cake and eat it.
Yeah, just a bit, isn't it?
It's like we want to do
putting
this,
this
and
thing
also
every
this,
time.
and also this, and also this. Let's just do all of it.
All of it, yeah. All of it. It still says, when you look at the About post Sanity, it still says it's 3 filmmakers talking about and demoing the industry. So
Yeah, we
let's
don't
do
really
that.
We
Let's
need,
do a
we need
bit
to
of that.
like we need to update all of our stuff. Still need to update some stuff.
Yeah.
with Rolly Graham
Talking
branding.
of the update, has the Rolly Grail updates been done to YouTube yet? Or
No,
are we
not
getting
yet.
there?
Not yet. I mean, but
Ooh.
it'll take literally 2 seconds, so I'll do it
Ooh.
right now.
Oh,
Live on
There you
stream.
go. Live
Alright.
changeover.
I need to eat and go to bed, so I'm going to say deuces.
Indeed. Well, we've been going for 3 hours at this stage, so we
Wow.
probably should wrap up.
Absolutely.
longest
Absolutely.
stream in a while.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the
say?
unofficial
I
Chris
turn
streamer. Seeing as we didn't have a Christmas stream, a proper Christmas stream, it's the
Yeah.
kind of unofficial Christmas stream.
Absolutely. Well,
But it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
Let's have a Hanukkah or a Kwanzaa one.
We could just like any festive holiday experience.
Easter.
We did one.
It
for
was
Easter
East streamer, yeah. We had East streamer last year.
It's the only one I turned up to last year.
The only one.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
the stream
possibly,
it
yeah.
is, yeah. Like the big streams.
Yeah.
Oh, the
had a
big
stream.
streams. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween will go down as one of the most strange laser feelings
yeah.
ever.
Last year's Hello stream. My goodness.
Is that when Trump turned up?
No.
Oh god, that was the
was
first
the year
one.
before.
Oh,
Hello
my
Stream.
God.
So what happened in the?
Oh, Trump.
What happened in that one?
Man,
Chaos.
Can I bring Trump back at some point? I mean, there's absolutely no way we could do this, but it'll be huge. It will be huge.
Put him in your horror film.
Will be.
That's a good idea. That's a
It
good
is
idea.
it is a horrific mask. Let's put it that way.
It is,
I'd
yeah.
say that
Gary, but
I Trump your Trump. Stalin. Comment Stalin.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
Talking of that, if I can,
Wow.
sorry, but just I know we're
Talking
nearly
of
into the
Stalin.
stream, but there is a brilliant film
Oh,
called The Death of
right,
Stalin.
yeah, the one that
Oh,
Armando
yeah.
Iannucci made. Yeah.
It's really good, and it's quite funny as well, which is weird because
yeah.
of what it's about, but it's actually genuinely good.
Has anyone seen Don't Look Up yet?
No, not yet.
No, is it worth watching?
Oh my god, yes.
I've heard a lot of bad things about it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Oh, okay.
So
What?
good.
it's online. It's official. It's done.
Ooh.
Is it
Okay.
not?
I've said basically random ideas go. And we'll see if anybody says
Ready for
anything.
random ideas.
He's out.
Yes,
Hi, Carl.
I
Good
suppose
to
we.
see you.
Yes, thank you, Kyle.
Well, thank you,
Did you,
everyone.
did you just thank me for turning up to my own job?
Thank you, Kyle, for doing the thing you normally do.
So the thing that I don't normally do and haven't done in a very long time, but should be doing it because it's my
A
own company.
rare sight.
That's fair. That's fair.
Do I love? I like that. That's the new rule. Thanks, suckers.
Thank you for thinking.
Every time I turn up, thank me. I thank you. Adieu.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for existing. I don't know.
Thank you for making it through 2021 and joining
Yeah.
us.
Well done, everyone. We made it. We made it to 2022.
Yeah,
We did it.
well done.
It's still going.
Let's
We're still
finish some
alive.
films.
Let's finish some films.
Let's make some.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, complete them.
Complete
on you
films.
guys.
Make new films.
Well, Carl,
good
you're
time.
editing your film, you know.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
You do realise that I edited Final Wave to what it was, pretty much still is, in one sitting. You know that, right?
Yeah, you did. I was there. I watched it. It was good.
It's live on
So what's
live
that
on
then?
air.
What's that editing, Shotgun Mike, for 4 years? Yeah, that's right, 4 years.
I'm pretty pleased it's only 4 years. Feels like longer.
I'm appalled. Eden had a reason. Hard
Right,
drive
reasons.
exploded.
That's also true. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here.
Yes.
Thank you for staying alive during 2021. Well done, you.
Well done, you. Good job.
We will be back on this Wednesday with Shooters and Sympathies at 7 o'clock. The following week will be a recap, and then it's more Shooters, recap, more Shooters, recap, more Shooters, recap. Then other things, in terms of Rolly Grail, we'll be back with other streams of other types on the weekends, as yet
These two
determined. Look out for those.
Are just like,
Holy great, let's go.
And there will be plenty more from Posterity throughout the year, because it's about bloody time. So, thank you very much.
Speak into existence. Internum Daemonium will receive funding this year.
Yes, Internal Demonian will receive funding this
For
year.
that. Yes.
Let's do it.
Excuse me, Julian.
Bloody hell.
Full
Right.
sentence. Don't be cutting it short. We don't cut corners here.
What did I say?
You said, yeah, that, or here, or whatever it was.
Anyway,
That's what a very Julian thing to say. So.
Exactly.
thank you for watching, everyone. We will see you very, very soon. And I'm just going to wrap up all over on top of that. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Post Sanity plays no more.
Ooh.
Rolling ground! Rolling ground! Rolling ground! I'm gonna play the thing again because I fucked it up the first time.